To the Mussar video blog. This time of year, when we read the story about Yosef and his brothers, it just comes to my mind an amazing thing, and I even shared it with you before. But imagine the sorrow that Yosef went through. His brothers, they threw him into a pit. He gets sold to Egypt. He's there in Egypt. He languishes in the prison there, and eventually makes his way up to the top. It gets a whole story there. And eventually his brothers find their way to Egypt, and now he's the man in control. And they naturally assume, after they meet and he reveals who he is, they naturally assume that he's going to be harboring enmity, vengeance, negative feelings. And you hear the way he talks? No. This was all part of the plan. I understand that. I am harboring no bad feelings. And we just read about it today, and we're going to read about it next week. And they, right to the end, they can't believe. How could it be that he doesn't have these feelings of revenge? He's out to get us. How could it not be after what we did to him? We were so callous and so cruel in our treatment of him. It's not possible. Mesilas Yesharim, Path of the Just, tells us when someone does something to someone else, for the victim to not feel some sort of desire for revenge is something that only the angels can do. Humans, very, very hard. Very, very hard. And even if we don't act on it in a very open, blatant way, but inside we're still harboring those feelings. And maybe we might even gloat when something doesn't go the right way for the person who perpetrated it against us. It's very hard to extricate, to erase those negative feelings that just rise up within us. And I know from personal experience, like, it could be anything. Someone could speak to me in a way that maybe wasn't so respectful. And maybe it wasn't. And maybe they were wrong. But okay, they're human, and they're not terrible people, and let's move on with life. And it could be for a long time afterwards, there's still some sort of resentment in there. There's still some kind of bad feelings. So I'm always amazed how Yosef could let go of those negative feelings. And that's an important lesson that we can learn from him. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but part of it is reframing. Look, it happened. We believe in God. We believe that God runs the world. We believe that if this happened to me, there's probably a reason. And let me just reframe it. Let me give it a different spin. Let me turn it into something positive that, okay, it was challenging, but this will give me an opportunity to get outside of myself, to not be so caught up about my own feelings, recognize other people also have a life. They have their issues. Who knows what was going on with that person? There's opportunities galore for judging the other person favorably, to trying to be sympathetic to maybe what is going on behind the scenes with that person, and so on and so forth. If we can reframe it a little bit and recognize that ultimately, if we harbor these negative feelings towards the other person, then the biggest loser in the whole thing is me. So why am I doing that to myself? Here I could take this, turn it into something good, something positive, like Yosef did. Something beautiful. Something to shoot for. See you next time.